thanks for checking out EskimoTV. I'm your host, Jason Escamilla.
And I'm your co-host, Chelsea McDonald.
And today we're going to be talking about Once Upon a Time, Season 7, Episode 5, Greenbacks. And we had a lot of stuff that happened in this episode. Unfortunately, Rumplestiltskin was not involved, which is a little bit unfortunate because after last week's episode, I was really curious to see his actions following the events of last week. However, we did have a lot of stuff that did happen. We see that Roni is investigating Ivy or Drizella, and we learned some new truths about Drizella that are actually quite shocking. We see some new truths learned about Tiana through a flashback, and then we see Tiana and Jacinda working together in the real world. And then kind of stuffed in this episode, we see Rogers is following a lead to find the missing 10-year-old girl. What did you think about the episode?
I liked it. It was definitely entertaining. One thing that I saw at the very beginning of the episode was the witch. Mm-hmm. And in the credits, she is officially recognized as the witch. Now, I still don't know who this character is officially. And from my own research and from what I've seen from other YouTubers, other fans of Once Upon a Time, is that possibly this is Mother Gothel.
Yeah.
Now, I can see why they would think that. I don't want to be like, yeah, it's Mother Gothel, but I think it's a good idea because I don't know who else it would be.
Yeah, I have no idea who else this could be either, so I definitely agree that this is potentially Mother Gothel. This could also maybe be a grown-up different version of Rapunzel.
Maybe.
But I definitely think Mother Gothel is a better guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, we learn more about her identity, and we also learn more about Drizella. We shockingly find out that Drizella knows the whole entire truth about the curse. She's not cursed and remembers who she is, and probably even more surprisingly, she knows more than what Lady Tremaine knows. And so I thought that was a nice, interesting twist. I was a little bit let down because after last week's episode, I kind of liked the chemistry that her and Henry had. To me, it was better chemistry than what we've seen with her and with Henry and Cinderella, or Jacinda, because in my own opinion, Jacinda has not been the strongest actress on the show.
Yeah.
She just sounds like she's reading lines when she's talking.
Seems very one-dimensional to me, just like she's sad. That's all she is just sad.
Yeah, all the time, just kind of indifferent, emotionless, or sad. There's times where I think she should be having a stronger reaction. And you take a polar opposite character like Regina, Lana Parrilla, who has so much emotion behind her voice. That character's way more stronger. And
yeah, definitely.
One thing that I was curious about were the cameras that are set up. We see Drizella or Ivy looking at Lady Tremaine through cameras. At first, I was thinking, if Lady Tremaine knows those cameras are there, that's pretty dumb of her to go into the secret room knowing that someone could be surveillancing her. Now, after the end of the episode, now my belief is that Ivy has these cameras set up unbeknownst to Lady Tremaine.
Mm-hmm. When Sabine, aka Tiana, and Jacinda were in Mr. Cluck's restaurant and they were doing the beignets. Now, a couple frames beforehand, we see that Victoria Belfrey is on a phone with a man named Ralph and is telling him to basically wreck the store. And like what they did with that, wreck it, Ralph. I saw what you did. Good job. That was funny.
I caught that too.
And then back to the store, we find that everything is happy-go-lucky, and then all of a sudden there's a fire in the restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a fire in the kitchen. And all these characters do is they run back to the back and they look at the fire. That's basically all they do. And Jacinda, she grabs this tiny little rag and starts trying to beat at it, and then they just run. Now, working in a restaurant, I know it's standard procedure to have at least 1 or 2 fire extinguishers in an area that's accessible in the event that there is a fire.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. And I was like, bugged me. I was like, at least try.
Yeah. definitely.
At least try to throw out
I
the
would have
fire.
liked to see a shot of Jacinda grabbing the fire extinguisher and just it not working. The fire just kind of erupts and they're too late. Or maybe that even more interestingly, they notice that the fire extinguisher is missing and they say, "Where's the fire extinguisher?" "I don't know. Someone took it," and then they leave.
Yeah, that would make more sense in terms of it being
More realistic.
Yeah, more realistic, and the fact that it was planned and it was purposed.
Yeah, because later on we see Hook has to tell them that he got a lead, that that it was set up, and it's like, how did he know? How did he find out? I would have liked
Right.
it better if our own characters found out by noticing that stuff was tampered with.
Right, definitely.
Another issue that I had with this episode is Hook's plot felt very shoved in here. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, we had a lot going on already. I felt like this episode should have just been about Tiana and the Jacinda plot, and Roni and Ivy with the witch character. Kind of in amidst all of this, we see that Hook finds a man with a tattoo, the same tattoo that Eloise had a drawing of in her sketchbook. And so he believes that there's obviously a connection between the two. While I felt like the plot was interesting and it did lead up to the end of the episode, we see that this man is on the phone with someone, possibly Lady Tremaine or Drizella, or a character that we haven't been introduced to yet. We see that he's on the phone saying that, hey, they are looking for the girl. They know she's missing. So we know that that plot's going somewhere, but I just definitely felt like it was just another thing added on to all the things that were going on in the episode. And I felt like had they taken that part out, then they could have added more to that fire sequence and maybe them suspecting certain people that would have tampered with the restaurant.
Yeah, definitely.
So overall, though, we thought that this was a good episode. It had that really good twist at the end with Drizella. There was just a lot of stuff going on. We're going to give this episode of Once Upon a Time a solid B-.
And hey, if you're friends of Once Upon a Time, you should go on Facebook and check out the Once Upon a Time fan page, which we will have the link for in the description below.
Check it out. You'll definitely have fun with that, talking with other Once Upon a Time fans. And as always, comment below with what you thought about the episode. Who do you think the witch character is, and how do you think Drizella is involved in the episode? If you enjoyed this review, like this video and subscribe to EskimoTV, where you can definitely look forward to more icy and chilly Once Upon a Time reviews each week.
See you guys next week.